snap. It's time for another live Ask Big Van show with me, your host, Big Van. Don't forget about social media producer Mazzani. We got Ryan in the back. We got Kenny on sounds. We got Zada. We got Andrew. We got Nick. We got the whole crew. Special guest again, this guy in the house. We can't get enough of him. Big Andrew Bridgeforth. Don't forget to share. Take just a second. Use your thumb. Use your mouse. Use your house. Whatever it takes. Sharers are carers. We can tell when you share. We'll move your questions to the top. Can't wait to see your questions coming on this live episode of the Ask Big Van show. What's up, everybody in the whole wide world? So excited to be back. We missed last week. We're back this week. We're excited. We got a full house tonight. With me, as always, social media producer and the beautiful Mazzani Speaks. What's happening, Mazzani?
Great. It's awesome.
How'd you think about that burrito you had before we did the show? Is that going to come back and punish all of us in the studio?
I surely hope so.
Oh my goodness. Are you gonna broadcast it tonight if you have to?
I surely hope so.
That's a punishment that we all bear.
Because I'm perfect.
Yes,
we need
that's
to fix
true.
my camera.
Oh wow, is your camera messed up?
Yes, I'm supposed to have like full face.
Oh yeah.
Girls don't use the bathroom.
Oh yeah, that's right. My wife doesn't. She said. In the back, in the producer's lounge, look at these people back here. They just laid back. There's Ryan. We got Kendall. She's been a guest on the show before. Now she's filling in the back there. Got Mama T and Big KP. What's up, Kenny? All laid back there. How you doing?
Fantastic.
He's gonna. I hope he don't fall asleep back there. If he does, we'll draw smiley faces on his face and mascara.
I'm coolin'.
That'd be funny. This guy again, Andrew Bridgeforth, in the house up front. Welcome back, Andrew. Welcome back. They gave you a 24 Trump supporter this time. Is that a good label for you this time? Would you vote for Donald Trump if he ran again?
If DeSantis runs, I would probably vote for DeSantis.
Okay.
And you ain't black.
He was waiting for that.
Oh, man, I know it. But you wouldn't vote for old Smelly Joe? Sniffer Joe, they say?
I wouldn't. No, I don't.
No?
No, I wouldn't.
You're not a fan of Joe
hairy
Biden?
legs. Hairy
Not
legs
a
that
fan.
turn blonde.
Even though he's got hairy legs, you wouldn't vote for him? Let us know at home.
Let's go, Brandon.
Let us know at home if you would vote for old Joe, Sniffer Joe, or if you would vote for Trump, or if you would vote for DeSantis. Who else is running? Anybody know yet? Anybody start talking about it?
Hillary is. She's putting feelers out there right now.
Oh my gosh, Hillary.
Yeah, the Dems have pretty much abandoned Biden.
Hillary, darling.
Corn Pop was a bad
We're
dude,
done. We're done with
and he
Hillary.
ran a bunch
She's
of
not
bad
done.
boys.
She's still got her talons dug deep into the soul of America.
Wouldn't it be crazy if I ran for president, guys? Wouldn't it be crazy?
Hey, I get this crazy idea.
Yes.
You should run for president. That was a horrible Bill Clinton. But anyway.
I don't know, fellas. I think there's potential in this crowd.
But, yeah, everybody, we're so excited to have you guys watching the show tonight. Put some questions in there. Before we get started, disclaimer. Do we have to do a disclaimer for this show? We don't have to do a disclaimer for this show. We'll do one anyways. You know, anything that's said, we're not liable for it. So if you watch it and you take our advice and you invest money wisely and you make millions of dollars, we do expect to have a percentage of that come back to us. Hit us up for the address of where to send that money. The sarcasm is dripping tonight.
His name is.
Yeah, but seriously, we would love to have your questions. I know last week we weren't here. Were we here the week before last? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
It just feels like we've been in a long and lonely dry oasis for many, many years. But here we are, live on the interweb, and the whole world's watching. So if you have questions that you would like the world to know the answers to, we would be glad to answer those questions for you. But you must ask those questions by posting in the comments below of whatever social media platform you're watching on right now, whether it's YouTube or Twitter, Facebook, whatever. How many are we on, Andrew? Are we on any other platforms? I mean, Ryan, sorry.
Yeah, we're on.
Producer Ryan.
All those.
If you're watching us, we're on your platform. Wouldn't that be safe to say, Ryan? No, that's the safe bet. If you're watching us on a platform, we're on that platform. So put the comments and questions in the comments below of this show, and we will pull them up, and we will look at them, and we will weigh whether or not they are good questions. And if they are not, then we will ridicule you.
We'll admonish them
No,
in front of the whole world.
No, we're not going to admonish you or ridicule you. We will laugh
Boy.
with you.
What kind of question was that? Boy.
Boy, that's Kenny Payne on those sound effects back there.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny, do you have anything you can play for me that would be like crowd laughter, and I'll tell a nice joke, and then you hit crowd laughter because nobody in here laughs at my jokes?
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Let's. Now I have to come up with a joke. Oh wait, Kenny, keep that button handy, and then you'll know when to hit it. And if I have to, I'll be like that.
If I could put it on repeat, I would.
We went out as a group. We went out to dinner before we did the show, and it was pretty good. Yeah. Everybody liked what you guys had. Ryan didn't get any because he was at school. But I had three chicken tacos. Taco Tuesday. You can't not eat tacos on Tuesday. It's illegal, I think. Actually, isn't it a federal offense?
It's a crying shame.
It's definitely.
Where have I heard that before?
If you don't have tacos on Tuesday, so I had tacos like a good old American. The rest of the group, I don't know. Did anybody else have tacos in the crew there? Nobody. We're gonna have to revalue. We have some job positions coming available for the coming in the near future. Must eat tacos.
Sonny. What?
Burritos. Do the burritos count on Taco Tuesday if you have a burrito on Taco Tuesday?
I don't know.
Zonny?
I think that all aspects of any type of taco, burrito, whatever, it's all kosher.
Hot doggo.
I like turtles.
That was Kenny's opportunity to have the crowd laugh at my joke.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, did you get your camera fixed? Is your camera fixed yet?
I found the joke.
Why are you?
I'm sorry. I'll be forgetting about that.
Just move your head back a little bit.
I cannot.
You don't
I
have to
get
put your
excited.
whole hand on it and throw
I
it
get
to the side.
excited, bro.
What joke are we
This is not
talking
made
about?
for me.
Nobody can hear
I'm
you
made for
anymore.
real life.
And now, Mazzani's joke. She's been looking for it for a while,
Can
and
you hear
it's
me now?
ready to debut.
You told me to lean back away from it.
Yeah, but you put your whole hand on the microphone and shoved
hear
it to
me
the
now?
floor.
Can you hear me now?
No.
See, this is why
I can
it's
bench press
There,
800
there you
pounds.
I'm right up on it.
But when you're going to yell, you have to temper. You have to be like one of those famous opera singers and pull your mouth back a little bit.
She broke them up.
She broke the Don't be breaking stuff, girl. Ryan, do you need to come out here and do something with her camera? Did she say it's good or is it not good?
I think it was good.
It's good? Is it clear?
I'm supposed to be in the middle.
Is it fuzzy, though? Or is it
Supposed to
clear?
be in the middle.
Hey, wait, Ryan, are you going to leave it?
Wait, Ryan.
Are you going to leave it on here while you change it? Okay. The whole world can watch us focus Mazzani's camera. Oh!
Did you see how hard you grabbed
Wait,
it?
aren't you supposed to shift that way? You're seated too far this
A
way.
few moments
Oh, okay.
later.
There you go.
You're welcome.
That's better. And is it
Is
in?
it?
Is it in focus?
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh,
Two
there's a kitty
hours
chin
later.
chin.
You should be a neck model.
Look, my teeth are so white.
Hey, is that pretty good? Mazzani, bend your lips down so we can see your lips when he zooms in.
How you bend your lips down?
How you been your lips?
Don't move though. He has to focus on you.
Let's see the flexibility in them lips, Mazzani. There you go. Now you working it.
Sometimes I do hip exercises on my
Hey,
pillow.
a little.
You can't move. You can't move. You can't focus if you're moving.
Bend them down a
Is
little
it good?
further.
Okay, hold on.
I don't want her to be fuzzy the whole show.
Yeah.
Is that pretty good?
Yeah.
Viewers at home,
What'd you think about Mazzani's lip workout?
if you're watching this, if you're still watching this, let us know if Mazzani is in focus. It looks like she might be a little bit off there.
I'm so sorry, y'all.
That's a
Okay.
new movie, Lip Bender.
The last lip bender.
See, you should have got my lips just there. I was doing a lot of.
Like the Larry Boy song, I love my lips.
Never heard it.
When I was just
what?
2 years old, I left my lips out in the cold and they turned blue. What could I do?
Oh yeah.
It's a real bop.
Hello, I'm queer and now I'm here.
All right.
Okay,
What do you
all
say
right.
we get started with our show? Since we spent like 25 or 30 minutes, we haven't even answered anybody's hard-pressed questions to save the world.
Questions.
All right.
I'm pressed, but it's all right. I'll stay like that.
Let's
It's all
do
right.
it. Let's do a question.
Don't worry about it. It's cool.
Stroke your
It's
beard.
time.
We
It's
should
time.
stroke our beards while we get these questions.
Okay, let's do this one right here. I like kissing. Thank you for being an avid watcher. Both of y'all are about to get hit with a wet spaghetti noodle.
Oh, goodness.
Sounds like a good question baking up in there. Baking up a good question.
Anyway, this question
That was strangely arousing.
is from Amy Pope. She wants to know
Amy
if
Pope.
you could help one person behind one of these, what door would you pick? Door one.
Oh, Kendall, can you bring me my coffee? I made it, but I didn't put the top on it and bring it in here.
Why do I exist?
If you get time, if you don't mind. What are you doing over there?
I'm pondering. I was pondering about this one time. Taking me some cattle. About western way. It was just me and a 6-shooter. Had my noble steed. About 40 cattle. It was a treacherous journey, I tell you what. Bunch of Indians.
I don't think you can say that. You can't say that.
Redskins.
You can't say that either.
Savages.
Mazzani,
I'm just
you're
kidding.
going to have a talk with this young man.
Yeah, with a cattle prod.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding. We're all partially Native American, so we can,
I am 1/16.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
Only white people. I'm sorry.
It's true.
I have to retract. I'm sorry.
I found out a couple years ago
Yeah,
that I was 1/16.
but only
Cherokee.
no.
And I'll just tell
No,
you.
you can't say that, Mazzani, because
I, for
the
woman.
VP also does that.
What were we gonna say?
What is she even? What is she even?
We don't know. It keeps changing every year.
I found out a couple years ago that I was 1/16. Thank you.
If it's not enough to get your taxes, it's not enough.
You have to be like 100%.
No, you don't.
No, 1/8.
1/8 to get those benefits. Might be worth looking into. It's a big vanism. Check it out. Check out your heritage.
Pretty sure I heard that they were not accepting any new.
I got
How
an
do you
issue
not
with
accept
that.
them?
I have an issue
Not
with that.
accept new
So
people.
you can get
New applications or something like that.
so Native Americans.
Like if you're
they
born
get
into
full
it.
suffrage of their people, but black people can't.
No, we have welfare.
Well,
My figure just
No, I was being cynical.
You,
because
you don't get a
welfare-
casino. You get
Yeah.
the projects.
no, no. I definitely. I understand where you come from, Mazzani, and I honestly, I don't know if I fully agree with the whole situation right now with the way that. Obviously, okay, this is a sticky subject, but so evidently, like we came in as Americans and took over land that was once, occupied by Native Americans. And then they relocated them, Trail of Tears and all those stories, And so I don't understand. Here's what I don't understand about this situation, because I'm very, I just watched Wind River again the other night. It's a great movie, and it's about some stuff that took place on the reservation out there, on one of those reservations.
I don't understand the whole concept of it, of the reservations and stuff. And don't get me wrong. I don't want a bunch of comments from people that think I don't like Native Americans and stuff. But, like, I don't understand how come it seems to me like this may be just my own interpretation of this, but it seems to me like they feel like they're confined or they're, like, bound by living on these reservations. You know what I mean? And so, like, I don't understand. Why don't they just, if you don't like living on the reservation, I don't understand the reservation in the first place. But if you don't like it, isn't everybody free to move off the reservation and just, like, live in, Cincinnati?
I've also heard that a lot of those reservations they live in squalor and poverty.
Yeah.
But then I've also heard the complete opposite, where they're, building casinos and they're rich and they don't have to pay taxes on their land and stuff like that. So
yeah, I'm sure there's a lot more to it, a lot more in politics inside those nations.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially, just the cold hard truth, if you want to just get it down to it, they lost their land. Their country was taken over. And I mean, I understand the whole, like, we have to, but the insensitive side of me says, look, they lost their land. If, like, China took over us right now, would they take and put Americans in little American reservations here and there across the country? No, we would be like Chinese. We would, like, learn Chinese and, like,
assimilate.
Yeah. So the fact that, the American government back then even took and gave land and said, here's your reservation and all this stuff. I don't fully grasp all of that. Does that make sense? I personally don't feel like they're owed that.
All I'm saying is, I want the same thing. That's all. I don't care.
Here's what I'm saying.
I don't care. I want
if
it.
they were stronger, they would have protected their land and they would still be there.
Sheesh! What? Wait a minute.
But they lost. It's like that's the consequences of history. Like, look at every country has a story of why they became a country, and it's because somebody took over somebody else's land, dominated it, and set up their own country. And that's what happened here. We took over land that used to be Native Americans' land and dominated it. But instead of just saying, hey, deal with it, learn English and assimilate into our lives, they've set up reservations for them,
Right.
So I personally, on a personal level, I don't feel like they were owed that. I feel like they lost their land to a greater, stronger force.
Well, I don't disagree with you. I will, just real quick, the Seminoles were the only indigenous peoples that actually defeated the U.S. Continental Army in 3 different wars, and a lot of runaway slaves joined them. They were down in the Everglades. You know that.
Yeah.
But they were, like most tribes, like, hey, we'll give you this land. We'll stop killing your people. We'll stop warring against each other if you just accept moving out this way. And a lot of natives were like, hey, we're outgunned, outmanned. Okay. But then we lied to them.
It sucks. I'm not saying it doesn't suck. I'm not saying they weren't mistreated. I'm not saying we lied. I definitely know that the U.S. government lied and broke our treaties with them and all stuff. Definitely sucks. Not questioning that. Not justifying the way that they were treated. Simply saying, in the annals of history, they lost their land. They lost because they weren't
annals of history.
And it's not anything against. I'm just saying they lost their land, and so
is that a high wipe?
By the rights of history, they lost. So, like, it's like, be part of what's left, or go somewhere else if you don't like living here.
It's like whitewash, white.
And so I feel like we've set them up on reservations, and a lot of the reservations are mistreated, mishandled, and all this stuff like that. And so therefore, there's a lot of poverty and squalor and all that stuff. And simply saying you don't have to live there either, move out, go off and live in wherever. But does that make sense? Like, I feel like a lot of Americans feel like we owe to make these reservations better places for them to live.
I don't disagree with that.
And I'm just simply saying, hey, move off the reservation, go become an entrepreneur, make yourself independently wealthy anywhere in the country that you want to. You're not bound by that reservation,
Yeah, it's a melting pot. You're supposed to participate.
I mean,
it's a great country. It's a lot of
truthfully,
opportunity.
you don't know the whole process of the tribe, so they may not be able to leave the tribe that easily.
I don't.
There are laws
I
on
do
each
not.
reservation that are different.
Yeah, I can say I do not know.
Yeah.
But I'm simply saying I can't imagine in Russia, if Russia took over the Czech Republic, then all of a sudden Russia making part of the land in the Czech Republic, land that the Czechs could have.
The Czechs.
And say, hey, we beat you, but you can still have this land, and we'll take care of you, and we'll do. No, you lost. The Czech Republic can assimilate into Russia, or they can, move to Turkey.
But are you not glad that we're at least making an effort to preserve that culture? I think it's good. It's important that we make an effort to
I don't.
preserve it.
No, I don't. I personally, I don't think that there's a necessity for that. They can preserve their own culture in their own. Just like in New York right now, there's huge portions of Brooklyn that are all Jewish. Like the road signs are in freaking Hebrew.
You right?
You know, they've done that themselves. They've assimilated. There's large parts of New York where it's very Italian.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like they've done that themselves in their own.
Chinatown.
Yeah, Chinatown. There you go. So I mean, it's like. I just don't understand why we're putting so much effort into preserving that. Does that make sense? Oh, no. The mic is broken by Linnea. Hey, Linnea was on the show. Hey, Linnea, how's it going? Well, anyways, I don't know. I hope you guys hear my heart. I love Native American people. I love those shows. I love the beautiful, gorgeous people. It's a wonderful people. I'm not saying anything negative about them at all. I'm not saying anything negative. I'm just saying from my point of view, I don't understand those things. So.
And all I'm saying from my point of view is somebody, please give me my reparations.
No, you don't. You're not owed anything.
Oh, well, then they're not owed anything.
That's what I'm simply saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. I just said all of that.
You know, no, but they're still paying them, so I want my money.
But there are examples in history of crimes against humanity that should be atoned for, right? That we should all make an effort to atone for.
No.
There's no crimes against humanity that have ever occurred.
No, there's not, because I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Nobody today has, as far as reparations go, nobody today ever owned slaves, and nobody today has ever been a slave. You know, let it go. It's in the past.
That's a whole nother can, honey.
It's gone. Let's move on from that topic.
Okay, it's a lot more nuanced than I didn't own slaves, because black people were, it's undeniable, undisputable. In the 60s, they were second-class citizens, and generational wealth goes back a long time. So to say that black people haven't had a disadvantage, I mean, maybe not today. We probably have every advantage over white men, especially. But there's no denying that we haven't had a disadvantage.
You
historically.
There definitely was a disadvantage.
I also
till he said that.
the welfare thing, the welfare comment that I made earlier. I'm like, oh, black people have welfare. That was kind of like I was being cynical.
Facetious.
Like welfare is actually just a trap.
That's a big word
for black people.
I like that word.
And brown people.
I can't ever say that without sounding inappropriate.
But liberals or people who want to facilitate welfare or the welfare state, they are purposefully putting people, pigeonholing people to make them, poor, so that they're dependent on big government, basically.
They need the man.
I'm not gonna say it.
They need the man.
They need the man.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree with everything. I definitely. Here's the problem with the reparations: is the people that they want to pay for the reparations. That's me, right? I work hard. Mm-hmm. I've never wronged. I don't owe any of that. Like, why are you gonna take my money to pay that? I don't owe stuff that white people back then did. I don't owe for that.
What do you mean you?
Reparations.
What do you mean you?
Where do you think that money comes from?
Money just comes from nowhere.
No, it doesn't.
The government prints money.
No, that money comes from my taxes.
School is free. What are you talking about?
That money comes from my taxes.
They're going to pay for my debt that I earned on my own because I made the decision
this
to
is
get
called
that loan.
Salt
They're going to pay for all of my medical bills, right? And we're still going to be the best in the world.
Hey, let's go somewhere else.
I'm with you.
I'm good on that.
Where are we going?
Because it was like just snowballing into this whole thing.
Yeah, Andrew.
It was just Andrew, just him.
Yeah.
Just him by himself.
Van's talking about, I hate Native Americans. Why don't we just bulldoze through the reservation? Let me tell you something. That should be my casino.
I did not say that. Oh my gosh. No, that was not me. I did not say that. All right. Let's talk about that question that Andrew clearly didn't care about what Amy, the longtime viewer, had to say.
No, we were pondering. All right, let's get back to it. Ready?
A preponderance of that.
Let's take that question, Mazzani.
Okay.
Here we go. First question of the night. How far into it are we?
Far. Like an hour.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just playing. I don't know how long. Anyways, so are you gonna let me do it for real? You gonna let me do it for real?
I will try.
I did that with my brain. Can you believe that? I'm good, ain't I?
Use the force.
Magic. All right. If you could help one person behind one of these, what door would you pick? 1, a person who is asking for help, who is an addict, or has an addiction. Door 2, a homeless person who needs a good dinner and a warm place to sleep for a night. Or 3, a person with a second chance who is a convicted felon with a job who is trying to support their family.
I can only help one.
Only help one. The second one for me.
Are
It's
you
easy.
sure about that?
Yeah.
The homeless one.
The homeless one, yeah.
Can you put the question up just so we can see the details on these people?
Question I have to ask is, why is the second one homeless? Because sometimes people want to be homeless.
Well, the only what?
Yep, that's a real thing.
There's a lot to unpack here.
I will say this, bro. There is a whole movement now of like living in your vehicle and not having to pay taxes, like property taxes. And they're trying to charge people who live in their vehicles property tax. And they do that on purpose because they don't want to pay that.
You know, back in the day, Kenny and I worked on some framing crews with guys that were homeless that stayed in shelters and stuff. They just didn't want the responsibilities of life. They just were perfectly happy going from shelter to shelter, getting free meals.
Well, these people still work
for the next
and make
job.
money, and they just choose to live in their vehicles. And they say that that's just the most lucrative way for them to come up in the world. And it's actually kind of smart the way they do it and the things that they do to maneuver through life. Sometimes it's a safety issue, but other than that, there's like a lot of ways. Like I've learned a lot myself. If there was ever a time that I needed to be homeless, I think I could make it from watching these videos of these people just living their life.
You talking about van life?
In the vans.
No, I mean people in like a dang Toyota Corolla.
Oh, yeah.
People are living in their vehicles.
I'm not feeling the Toyota
Controller.
Yeah.
You're not feeling
That's back problem.
the Drake Corolla.
Can you imagine sleeping in a Toyota Corolla for me?
Yeah,
Like my feet
you
are on the
would
front
be
dash,
cool.
my back. So
Your head's in the trunk.
my forehead's on the back glass, and I'm just like trying to get.
Yeah.
My body's draped over the different layers of seats, trying to get comfortable all night. No.
If you live in an RV, all you have to do is pay lot fees, no property taxes. I don't know about school taxes. But
I wouldn't pay lot fees. I'd be parking in McDonald's or like Walmart.
Listen, Walmart, rest stops, truck stops.
I'd empty out my sewage into like the drains on the side of the road.
And as long as you move, like
It's
as long as you
biodegradable.
move around quite often,
Yeah.
you don't get a lot of people giving you a hard time. It's a great way to travel too. Wonderful way to see the world.
gas.
Yeah, you gotta. They have a job.
Steal
They're
it.
vloggers.
Duh.
They're making money off of
You
telling
just
us
pull
about
up to the
living their
gas
life.
pump, you fill up, and then you drive away.
It's pretty fun.
I'm
It's
kidding,
kinda
Mom.
How to
I would
catch
never
a
steal
felon.
And then
your
there are
gas.
these
101.
convents of people who like will let you come and stay with them for a year and park your like bus or whatever there as long as you contribute to the community.
You got to help them make like the little doilies and stuff that they sell.
Pretty much.
It's like a job.
I think I could do one of them little nudie camps.
What?
Yeah, I think I could. I think it's empowering.
You're lucky, wee man.
Are you gonna pick a door?
So door one is
Addict.
drug addict.
2 is a homeless dude or person.
And
Could be
3 is a
female.
felon.
3 is a felon with a family.
Felon that's trying to get his life back on track.
What was the felony?
There's 2 in here that know all about that one.
Yeah,
There's
we both have
no-
chose door 3.
There's no information.
So we don't know. They could have been a murderer.
Let's talk about that. If they're like a murderer, would you help them? Versus if they're like a
Is manslaughter a felony?
what's the thing that?
Are you serious?
Yes.
Because it's an accidental.
What's the thing we just found out?
I think.
Kenny, were they saying that if you inspected a loss without an adjuster's license, it was a Class 3 felony?
Yes.
Yeah, so you can kill somebody, or you can look at an inspection of a roof damage without a license.
Yeah, but there's like different classes of those felonies. So if you're a lower one, you could still maneuver through life a little bit
is
easier.
a Class 3 more violent of a felony, or worse of a felony, or Class 1 is more worse? Which direction does the numbers go?
You're asking the wrong one. I'm not a
I
felony.
think
Class 1 is probably the worst.
No,
The
I
murder
don't think
one.
it is because misdemeanor 1 is not as bad as a misdemeanor 3.
Wow.
It's like lower. Misdemeanor 1 is lower than a misdemeanor 3.
I do not know. I
Okay.
do not know. Hey, how's the sound out there, everybody? Ryan, does that sound good? All the sounds pretty good?
How do I know that?
Let us know if it sounds good to you guys watching at home, and that way we know if we getting it on.
Do you mind if I give my simple answer?
Yes, please do.
All right.
Yes, go ahead.
I choose door number 1, the addict.
And door number 1.
Taking you home, bud.
Yeah, good choice, man. That's a good choice.
And here's why. Addiction is a mental illness. People can't help it. If you're addicted to alcohol or you're addicted to drugs more likely because doctors just pass pills out. And I mean, people get addicted very easily these days because it's so easily accessible. I would say addiction because it's a mental illness. Those people can't help themselves. You really can't. I could become addicted in a matter of a month if I break my foot and they hook me on Oxycontin, and then I need it. And if I have access to it, it could happen to anybody. Door number 2, some people who are homeless, they have mental illness too, and they can't help themselves. But some people, it's a choice, and some people just made poor decisions, and I'm sorry. And then door number 3, what was door number 3? A felon? I'm not putting my family at that type of risk. I don't know what that person did. This is just...
It could be a roof inspector.
Could be probably causing damage too. Manufacturing it. You never know.
My whole thought process was just the fact that I have a family. So my daughters, I'm not going to do door number 1 with an addict in my house. And I'm not doing door number 3 with... If I have to pick.
If you have to pick.
With a felon. Well,
wait, what kind of help?
So
they didn't say
her daddy is not a felon.
They did. What kind of help though? They didn't say
her
what.
Her father is not a felon.
They didn't say you had to bring them in your house. You could just like
he
give
is
them.
Not a felon. Her grandma's a felon.
You could just give them like $100.
I think they did say. Wasn't the question bring them in your house?
What was the question is just would you help, right? You could you don't have to bring them home. You can just like give them $100 or something, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. So I feel like door number 2, it's kind of specific on what you're doing. So for the homeless person, you're given a dinner and a warm place to sleep. And I've been seeing on TikTok, there's a lot of dudes who end up being real cute under all that. And if you help them, that's your husband.
What?
Wow, this just got really weird. Really
they were
weird.
Already bad to begin with. Might as well try homeless man.
Have you seen those videos? Have you seen those videos where dudes will be asking for money and then they just hop in a Lamborghini at the end of it? Or they're just scamming people?
No, I've seen videos where they follow people, like people on the corner with the signs, and they get money, and then like they follow them and they leave and they walk like through 2 parking lots and then they get in their Toyota and drive away.
Tax free.
Yep.
$100 a day.
Do you guys give money to people that ask for money on the side of the road?
The moral of the question is to see the kindness, not to expose the crookedness. We're battling with our own hearts.
Oh, snap.
Not
Cameron just laid it on the line right there.
Exactly.
He said a homeless felon that's addicted.
He could go spend all that money on alcohol.
All 3. Now you got to give him $300. Oh, my gosh. Instead of $100 because he's a 3-time...
Okay, you just want me not to feel led to help anybody is how I feel.
I feel like if you actually wanted to help any one of these individuals, well, especially the homeless person, you'd have to go out of your way, invite them into your home, and then like monitor that person.
You would have
make
to.
A difference.
That's part of being kind.
Yeah, and I think
that's
they would.
The point.
I think they would expect me to monitor
over
them. Like,
right.
who
and
wants
look
you?
at them.
Even whenever you go into somebody's home for the
Bathe
first
them.
time, do you not naturally expect them
Get
to
the
kind of be weary
sponge.
of you?
Get under their arms.
Bathe them.
Kiss them on the forehead.
It's the only way you'd know if there's improvement.
That would be so much more of an investment to actually make a homeless person's
Yes.
life
To
different.
make a
You
person,
could do
it
the
is very
makeover.
hard, and it is an investment.
You could do the makeover. Like you could take a homeless person into your home, bathe them if you must, like Andrew would like to.
real quick, my mom says that the sound is the voices are breaking up and it's hard to understand what everybody's saying.
Okay, good to know. That's not what Ryan's hearing go out? Okay, so maybe her signal. Everybody watching at home, let us know if it's the same for everybody, if you guys are getting splotchy sound, or if it's pretty good. So let us know. It's very helpful if you put in the comments. Jeffrey says, the Bible calls us to take care of the homeless and give them food and a safe place to sleep. That's right, Jeffrey. Please bring your Super Bowl to be winning team fan spirit here.
Oh,
and help us
speaking
out.
of that, let's get off this question, seeing as everybody here has cold, dark hearts.
Wow. What about Andrew? He was going to bathe the homeless guy.
Can I just
He
add
still is.
something?
That came from a dark place.
Under his arms. Gonna give him a trim, a beard trim.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's going to say, hey, man.
Listen, I let
Take a walk
homeless
on the
person.
wild
I let a
side.
homeless person stay in my apartment one time.
Oh.
When I was at,
Oh,
like,
gosh.
listen, when I was at work, Like, real quick, 3-second story. When I was at work, she showed up. She stayed out all day. I felt bad because I was raised by such great people. My
I
parents.
will
And I let her stay
throw
there.
you the bird.
I went to she stayed overnight. I locked myself in my room. I came down in the middle of the night because I forgot my kid's formula. And she was on my counter in the fetal position eating butter and Tylenol. So do not allow homeless people in
Oh, wait a
your
minute.
house.
Wait a minute. That wasn't me. Who is that?
Listen, and then a week later, it was in the newspaper that she was missing, and the last known location was with a friend at the Mountainwood Apartments, which would be not me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had to bounce. That's when I moved to Hickory with you and Mom.
What?
Because you were on the lam?
Because
That's weird.
I was her friend she was staying with.
Butter.
It was the
So-
butter
Butter.
Tylenol.
Yeah, she literally was eating butter in the fetal position on the couch.
It was nice of you to help her, though, Kendall.
Yeah, and then I tried to take her to the homeless shelter, but they tore it down, so then I was kind of just stuck.
So you just moved out.
Yep.
She could still be living there.
She could still be on the counter eating Tylenol
Yeah,
and
I
butter.
wouldn't know because I just bounced. I was like, gotta go.
There were only 2 bricks in there.
Oh, man.
By bricks, what do you
You
mean?
mean butter bricks?
Yeah.
A brick of butter.
You thought I meant
No, she had a whole tub.
bricks, didn't you?
I mean, we're making money if you got some of them bricks.
Sheesh. Okay. Listen,
What are they
though.
talking about?
Interstates, you said.
Listen.
What the heck?
What are you
Listen.
talking about?
Listen. Listen. Jeffrey has a serious question.
Oh no, a serious question.
Him want to know. When do you think... Oh, wow.
Who do you think?
Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? My boys, the Cincinnati Bengals, or the LA Rams? Never heard of either of them.
The LA Crams. No, I think the Bengals are hot right now, Jeffrey. Hot. And they got the momentum.
Sizzling.
I think it's the Bengals year. I think it's the Bengals year, Jeffrey. You heard it here. Big Van, it's on your side.
Pouncing.
I'm pulling for the Bengals in the Super Bowl. So,
He got the bag, bro.
that's close enough.
I don't support the NFL or watch football because
Yeah,
it's
because
like,
of Kaepernick.
no, like the. I was just gonna be an idiot, talk about the patriarchy and sexism and all that good stuff.
You refusing to accept the NFL as literal violence.
Deep dive.
Bengals, baby.
Deep dive on Andrew's background, please.
Gotta rep the AFC North. The Ravens aren't in it this year. Joe Burrow.
Ravens?
Ravens are not in it this year.
Hockey?
The Baltimore Ravens are the best team of the AFC.
What is
North,
that? Like hockey, though? We're talking about football.
But they sustained some injuries this year, so they weren't in it. I gotta root for the AFC North, an AFC team, and I think Joe Burrow is really cool. Everybody does. So
Yeah?
yeah.
Everybody?
What about the Panthers? Where do they fall in your hierarchy of failures?
They are just
Who are they?
They're a laughing stock. Honestly, I like being down here. So every week when the Panthers fans go out to bars and stuff, and they're all excited, like this week Cam Newton's back. It's just like you losers, you idiots. such a
That ain't the song you were singing in 2004 when we had a run at the Super Bowl.
when I was in
First gig
fourth
of her from
grade.
Ride All Night.
Wait, wasn't that the Janet Jackson Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
She
Everybody's
should have
talking
done
about it.
nasty. That's why. Everybody would have watched it then.
She popped her boob.
Sweet.
It actually was, what's his name did it? Timberlake.
Mm-hmm.
Wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to rip the whole thing off. But
He says it was, but then it's like, why'd she have a big gold star right there? It's like,
Because you... Never mind. You don't know.
what?
You just don't know.
Every woman walks around
If
with
you're going to
gold
not wear a
stars?
bra, yes, you put something on them. They're called nipple covers. Yes. That's what you do.
Okay, how come the only part of her... How come the only part of her wardrobe that malfunctioned was the one that had Velcro around her thing? Yes, I've won this debate.
And another thing.
Yo,
Okay, since we're speaking about this, go ahead and talk. Go ahead, bro.
I was just gonna say.
No, go ahead.
I hate the fact that LA has 2 football teams and the Rams moved from St. Louis to LA, big market LA. Like a football team, an NFL football team has to have some roots, some soul behind it, right?
That's right.
And this is
like
all
the
just,
Panthers.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, I mean, you guys suck, but at least your team, they care about the Panthers. They're still die hard, and they'll be like,
Yeah.
all right, well, maybe next year, next game.
That's right.
Cam's coming back.
First off, nobody likes Cam that much.
Hey, I gave Cam a chance. Nobody else would, and I was wrong. I see that now.
He's about Cam, how I'm about Trump. It's okay.
What?
Trump can't play football. He's old. He's like 70 something.
I bet you if Donald Trump he put on a football helmet,
He
he'd win the
would.
Super Bowl.
I bet Donald Trump would totally take it.
Yeah, because he's a good leader.
If that's right.
Okay, can we go somewhere else? Like the moon, Jupiter, where boys go?
Listen, guys.
He might not be able to run up and down the football field, but from whatever position he's playing, he'll lead the team to victory.
Joe Biden.
Till his toupee comes off in his helmet.
All right, Joe. It's 4th down on the 2. One play to win the Super Bowl.
The defense has walked away.
What are we?
I like mermaids.
What are we doing here? Super Bowl.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
I remember we used to play backyard football.
Yeah,
I had
football. That's what those little fellas play down there in the hot land.
we had our leather helmets and.
Hey, if you guys are wondering why I'm coughing, it's because Mazzani said don't tell you.
Omnicorp.
Mazzani said she was like, so I can't tell you the reason I'm coughing.
Cigarettes.
Yeah,
Cigarettes.
it's a cigarette.
He was smoking cigarettes with
cigarette
build
buildup.
up.
It's for a new movie that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Method acting.
Walker, Texas Ranger, and
Yeah.
Friends. He's there in Friends. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's do another question.
Okay.
Let's take
okay.
another question.
This is my question.
Okay.
Are you prepared?
I don't know. We can try. Are you prepared for dad jokes?
Good luck.
If it's the question I'm thinking of, it's going to take the rest of the show.
You think so?
Oh, my goodness.
Do you think?
Yeah.
You know, I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm gonna let him talk. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Mm-hmm,
I'm gonna let them talk amongst themselves. Okay. My question is, do you think it is right that we hold men and women to different standards
Oh
regarding
my
promiscuity?
goodness. Mazzani, what is is that like making promises?
No, sir. Let me give you the real definition.
Promises, promiscuity.
Let me hold on.
It's like when you make a bunch of promises.
Promiscuous. The fact or state of being promiscuous.
That was very enlightening.
That's all it says, bro. I swear. It's sexual behavior.
Oh, goodness.
Yes.
That's a good question, Mazzani. It actually is. Tracy and I were talking about that the other day. And we were talking about it, what we see, and I feel like it has different levels in different culture groups.
Culture. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You might want to tread lightly.
No,
What culture is
I
worse?
feel like in different communities, it's approached differently. Like maybe it seems to be a little bit more leans and it's accepted one way in like the black community than it is like what I see in the white community, or maybe like in the what?
I'm just listening.
So why did it get all quiet in here? Like somehow I'm getting ready to get in trouble for whatever I'm getting ready to say. Why? Okay, so what's the question again? It's like, how come men and women are not held to the same standards when it comes to?
No, do you think that? And I would just say in America, in general, in America, men and women are definitely held to different standards.
I don't see that.
You don't?
No, because I see.
Take the blinders off.
I see if a dude does it, is promiscuous. Let's get back to what this word define what we're talking about though with promiscuity. Are we talking about cheating?
No, we're talking about.
We're just talking about dressing and acting sexy.
Period.
Or just
Sexuality
having,
in general.
or engaging in coitus.
What's coitus?
Sex.
Are you
Smashing.
not? Are you not abreast to his?
You couldn't deduce what that meant?
You couldn't deduce. So you're saying that okay? So it doesn't have to be cheating, but it can include
It can. It encompasses all things.
sexual activity.
Just being sexual.
So you're saying that it's cool that we think in America. First, let me establish the question. Are you saying that you think that men and women are held to a different standard, meaning it's fine for men to be promiscuous and have
Yes.
the relations outside of marriage.
Yes, and watch porn.
But
Yes.
it's not okay for women to behave that way.
Absolutely.
100%.
But all the ladies was just like 100%.
I'll ask you a question to bolster that point. So, high school football quarterback, super popular kid, is just slaying his way through school. Okay, and then he's got a lot of partners,
Coitus.
or he's had a lot of partners, right? And everybody in the locker room's patting him on the back. My boy, he's a stud, right? A girl in high school has multiple partners,
Ew.
and
She's gross.
she's been around.
We don't want them to think you're a floozy.
Her reaction, even amongst other girls, is she's loose. She is of low rapport.
I do
Yes.
see what you're saying now. I'm understanding more.
Even dads do that, like with their kids. They'll like, oh, that's your little girlfriend. That's your second one this week. And then your daughter comes in, Daddy, I have this little boy I like. You don't like the little boys?
I don't do that.
You didn't?
I don't. I teach my children they already have a spouse,
Well, that is.
and they need to save themselves for their
Okay.
spouse. Because the only difference. Tell me if I'm wrong. The only difference between you and your husband and children and family is time.
I am shooketh.
We're not werewolves. We're not just
So
going to run
when does
into them and be
commitment?
like,
When does commitment to your
"Mate."
husband begin, Kendall?
Like, yeah, so our whole life growing up, you did say that.
Thank
like,
you very
We're
much.
Estes and we don't live that way.
That's
but
right.
you also did that, like, with Sage and me. Like, you would talk to Sage about whatever you would talk to Sage about, but when I would talk about the same things, you'd be like, that's not funny, Kendall. Ladies don't talk like that.
Oh, that's talking about guy jokes.
Not even
No,
guy
sir.
jokes, just
Did you just say
anything.
guy jokes?
I am so
Oh, wait a minute. First off, for you to imply that there's a divide between men and women in this country is literally, it's triggering. Okay? There should be no difference in the jokes you make between guys and girls. And for you to imply that there's a difference between the 155 genders is a literal violence. Literal.
So, I don't know.
Mazani's not entertained.
Are you not entertained?
Right,
No,
sorry.
I'm
Hey,
sorry.
did anybody respond and say if our sound is any good or if it's not good?
I know that me just clapping like that with my mouth.
Because I think the
Maybe
sound
like that.
sounds amazing. I mean, I just keep.
Well, Linnea said it sounded
sometimes, yeah, sometimes like you guys will be talking or Andrew will be talking, I just get lost in the sound,
Buttery crisp.
just the sound of
great. Because he's trying to change the subject.
the
'cause he
sound
has
waves coming
henceforth-
out of these earphones.
You henceforth already are aware that you've become abreast.
Abreast.
I'm just gonna add all these words, bro.
The sound of my voice.
Can we get back to the question? I really do want to know what you
Yeah, I don't think personally. I do recognize that there is that that difference in holding accountability and all that stuff. But I mean, I personally don't feel any that way. I feel like if a dude is, because I hold him to I look at it through a world filter, a biblical world filter. So if some dude is running around and sleeping with everybody he runs into, to me he has just as much need for Jesus as some girl who's doing it. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it.
Yes, but if we're looking at it from a biblical standpoint, then that means you're totally cool with multiple wives, but you're not cool with a woman having multiple husbands. Oh. Which is still kind of like backwards to me. I'm not saying everything has to be equal, but I'm also saying if you believe that there's one person for everybody, then how can you have multiples?
Well, women are designed to be the man's
I'm
help.
sorry?
Women.
I'm sorry?
Why are you mad at me? God
I'm
wrote
sorry?
the book. I didn't write the book.
I'm sorry?
Are you talking about biological women or
Yeah. Biological.
people who identify as women? You have to include them both.
No. Women were created. Women were created and designed to be a hell.
I thought you were trying to hold in a laugh.
Mazzotti, she got me again. She's over there. Use the force. All right, that's a good question.
It wasn't even. Okay, I didn't get any answers, but whatever. That's cool.
Yes.
Don't worry about it. Just forget it.
I thought I gave you an answer.
No, just forget it. You basically just said.
I feel like you have something to say about that.
I'm just upset, is what it is. I'm upset. Because there is such a divide between
Well,
us.
I'll tell you why.
It's not fair.
Here
It's
we
not
go.
fair.
This is Big Van's answer. I'll tell you why. It's because women are looked at as sweet and perfect flowers. And when as a society you look at a woman and you
What am I, a cactus?
and you expect you expect this woman to be this little symbol of innocence and flowery and sweet and perfect little woman, right? And like
Little. What
Oh
about
my
those
gosh.
6'2" women?
yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's like a society's image of a woman. They're supposed to be like this pretty little
prize.
perfect.
What about
a
the
prize.
other
It's-
75%?
the woman's supposed to be the prize, you know, and I do find it it is offensive even that society has pushed men into like this ranking, this like notch on the belt to how many women that they can deflower, or they can, you know, go and have their way, you know, have put it under the belt. Like I just saw the guy on one of the basketball players the other day, and he sat down at a table with a bunch of other guys, and somebody's like, so you getting some action? And he's like, I'm putting up wilt numbers, you know, talking about like he's had sex with thousands of women or whatever, you know. And it's like you're right. It's like it is a bad scenario, you know. And there's nothing. Reality is the Bible says they take pride in their shame, you know. And so it's like that's not the way we want to be. We want to be people who are seeking after the heart of the Lord, you know, and we want to prize and treasure women, not take advantage of them for sexual pleasure. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I agree with Jeffrey's statement there, just so you know, that we just put up.
We are kind of hard on each other. That is true.
Much more than
dudes
men
are
are.
a little bit more, you know.
They absolutely high five each other. Way to go, buddy! You're so cool. You're so awesome. But because we have to protect ourselves, we do come off and say, "Girl, you looking like you loose out there." Or we may say, "That girl right there is a whore because she's been with 5 guys this week." But if you see a guy that's been with 5 girls, high five, buddy. You got it going on. Yeah. And it's because we are harder on ourselves because of the way men look at us.
that's good.
That was pretty deep, bro.
See why we brought her.
That is true.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Good. All right, let's go to another question. I feel like that's
Okay.
I feel like that's
Good.
Oh my I really don't want to ask.
Andrew
this
said,
one.
"Oh, thank God."
I don't want to ask this question anymore.
Well, then don't ask. Is it awkward?
No, it just gets on my nerves.
Is it about the flat Earth?
No, it's from Jeffrey. Jeffrey Turner. He wants to know a serious question. He said, "Do you think they will get rid of the Dominion voting machines
Yes.
so the Democrats can choose?"
They already got rid of them, Jeffrey. They blew that place up. It had 4 of the 5 machines in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And
there's
then
your
the
answer.
government covered it up.
And the government- That's
The-
right.
They planted the bombs, and it meant that he was a secret agent. He was a sleeper cell.
Yeah.
And they did the secret password, and he put the microphone so the people come. And then they said that because the eyewitnesses was there, and they said,
This is actually a true story, though.
Hey, question. No, that was a story. You guys follow that with the guy that blew it up? Like he pulled an RV up in front of the building, and it had loudspeakers, and it was playing songs on it, loudspeakers. And every once in a while, I would say something to the effect
Get
of,
out of here.
"Leave the area. Everybody leave.
Yep.
Get away from this. If you can hear this song, you're too close," or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would play this song over and over and over and over. Then it would come back, and there'd be a voice and say, "Leave the area. If you can hear this song, you're too close." And they did that for like an hour and a half, and then the bomb blew up, and it... listen, ain't no crazy person gonna do that.
Nope.
That was liberals.
Yes.
They didn't wanna hurt
100%.
nobody.
That was deep state. Get out of the area.
They didn't want to hurt nobody.
Yep. They blew up the AT&T building.
Rednecks don't care. If that was like Republicans trying to blow something up, they'd have just blown it up.
Yeah.
No,
What do
they
they
wouldn't have done
call
it.
them?
Has there ever been a terrorist? Has there ever been something like that done by Republicans?
Well, according to mainstream media, you know, white, what are they called? You. white angry men.
Stallions?
No, people who look like you and think like you.
White stallions?
Yeah, white domestic terrorists or white extremists, which are the #1 threat to this country according to the FBI and the DOJ.
Oh, so I'm a white domestic terrorist?
Well, because for having the viewpoints that you have and thinking critically about the things that you're told.
Native Americans?
Yeah, like not technically, according to mainstream media, you are the biggest threat to this country.
Yeah.
White men, white angry men, not terrorists that they've emboldened with $85
I'm
billion.
angry now.
Oh.
You've just stereotyped me as being angry.
Okay, man, calm down. I'm sorry, bud. No, not the terrorists that they gave $85 billion worth of technology and money and weapons to, and that can easily walk in through our open southern border. They're not the #1 threat to this country. It's white men. So, I don't know.
Let's look at statistically. How many terrorist actions in the country have been done by white men?
January 6th, the greatest attack on democracy.
Yeah.
It's worse than 9/11 in Pearl Harbor.
Well, let's
according
take
to
that
mainstream
out
media.
that's too controversial. Let's take that one out.
Okay.
Let's look at actual bombs. So what about Timothy McVeigh? Did he bomb that? Did he do that?
I'm not sure what you're talking about. Tell me a story.
Timothy McVeigh blew up the building. At least they pinned it on him. I don't know if that was somebody else that did it and they pinned it on him or whatever. But that was a big terrorist act. Obviously the one we just talked about, the big bombing of the Dominion machines.
Mm-hmm.
What are some other the crazy white dude, the liberal crazy white dude that shot out the window at Vegas, killed all the people?
Yeah. I think that was an.
So they got an argument there. That this. What about the shooter? Hey, you guys remember the shooter at Virginia Tech years ago? Was that a white dude, crazy white guy?
No, he was Asian.
Oh,
if I'm allowed to say that.
Why wouldn't he be?
You can't even.
What other word do you use to describe?
I don't know. I'm treacherous.
Oriental.
Well, no, you cannot say that either. We're walking through a damn minefield. Like, he was from
some Asian country.
Oh, come on. You can't say that either.
You can't say that.
Why not?
How would you feel if they were like, yo, you're from some African country?
Probably.
Oh.
Probably.
Probably I wouldn't know because I was brought here so long ago and I can't trace back my lineage. Sucks for me.
Aren't people
and my
from,
dad's dead. Well, that's what I would do.
I'm being sarcastic.
Literally, that's what I would say. I'm just being honest.
Oh, you're from Vietnam, right? What? I am South Korean. Racist.
They really do get offended like that.
Actually, they do.
Well, that's fair.
Just like Hispanic people,
It's like
Latinos,
when you say,
if you say, "Oh, you're Hispanic." No, I'm Latino.
No, if you say you're
They
Mexican,
get,
they say that all the time.
yeah.
Oh, these Mexican guys came up to me. And
I'm Salvadorian.
They were from Honduras. Why you call them Mexicans?
Yeah, but you have
it's
to.
it's racist
I
racial
just
profiling.
ask.
I
just
totally
be like,
agree
Where
with
are
it.
you from? You have such pretty skin.
Yeah, like why don't you call me a Swedish? Where do you think where do you think I'm from, Trace? I need to find out.
White people are not afforded.
I will no longer be called white. I will be
The
called
land of the Caucasus.
Angry white. Most dangerous threat.
I will be called
most dangerous threat to our
Moses'
democracy.
uncle.
I want to be. Do I look more Swedish? No, I'm too dark. I got like too dark. I'm not blonde enough for Swedish.
We call them white angries.
How about
Apparently that's acceptable.
England?
Italian?
The whitest part of England.
Scotland. I like Scotland.
What
I would
is the
rather be a
whitest part of
Scottish
England?
American.
Yeah, the Scots are cool.
I'm a Scottish American. I'm from Scotland.
Honestly, I would like to be I am half white, so I think it'd be cool if
You're
I was,
half.
I'm half
what?
Caucasian.
No, no.
Well, German.
Which half? Your mom or
My
your dad?
mom.
Your mom?
Yeah.
Oh, I met you.
She's German and Irish.
She's German.
Yeah.
And Irish. So you could be Irish American.
The Germans are.
I'm
really
Billie
cool.
Eilish.
So you're half African American, half Irish American.
Yes, and I actually know my African lineage, Sierra Leone.
Okay.
The
So see
mountain
there.
lions.
Did she sing?
See, so you're not even white. You can't say white anymore. Isn't this so ridiculous that people would be like, no, this is America. You're white, you're black, you're Indian.
I'm
What
just
else?
American.
Yeah, you're just American. You're just American. You don't have to be all the other stuff. Hey, what time is it? Are we getting close?
It's 8:41.
8:41?
Yes.
Okay, we better take another question or two, and then we got to Geo.
Do we?
Well, we need to start rounding the corner.
Masani,
Okay.
Linnea got a good question in there.
We did start late,
We
though,
don't.
didn't we?
Linnea does.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where was it?
Zayna Chambers.
Okay, we'll go to that one as soon as we get done with this one.
Zayna?
Zayna wants to know who gets offended for being called angry white people.
Van.
Who?
Hillary Clinton.
I think
I get offended.
You get offended when people are
say
called angry white people?
Yeah, especially if I'm on the phone, I'm talking to somebody.
If they call you an angry white person?
I have met people that I've talked to on the phone, like homeowners come in and be like, oh my gosh, I thought you were white.
You speak so well.
Why would they?
You're one of the good ones, huh? I don't feel threatened by you at all, at least on the phone. Now, I don't know.
Literally for the longest time, she had my name.
Do homeowners come in and say they don't feel threatened by you at all?
No, but they do. They're like, oh, I just didn't think you look like this. And I'm like,
Well,
this is how you have to answer the phone.
Do they say like they're like let down?
No, they're just confused. They're just confused. They're like,
Ms. Honey, if you answer the phone, like, go ahead. What you want? That's it.
This is racism at its best. At its best. At its best.
Who it is?
What? No, I'm sorry.
Hey, for real though, I was in Baltimore, Maryland one time. There's like this big 2-story townhome, row home, and we went to knock on the door. There's one of these doors, and the window upstairs was open.
He's crying.
Go ahead.
And the guy I was with, another guy. The guy I was with goes up and knocks on the door, and the lady upstairs goes, "Who it is?" I swear that's what. Why you look at me like I'm doing something wrong? I'm telling you facts from an experience that I had.
It's his living truth, his lived experience.
This is my truth. This is the truth. And she said, that's what she said. Who it is? Just like that. Didn't even come to the window. Just yelled out the window.
He was reenacting Bernie Mac, you guys. It wasn't an experience. It was nothing racist.
No, it's exactly what she said. I just thought it was funny. Why is it got to be racist? You don't even know what color she was. Why are you playing that game?
We were just talking about it, literally, so you can understand why I would think that that's what you meant.
See, that's the problem. Is jump to
that
conclusions.
Women think that's the problem. That women have thoughts.
Oh gosh.
Then, do you get angry when CNN labels you a domestic terrorist? Do you?
We're going to the next question.
CNN labeling me a domestic terrorist is literal violence.
Yeah, you need to. Hey, we need to get that message out there. Honestly, I think that a ton of people will get mad when they get called angry white domestic terrorists. I think people that love this country and love the values that founded it and make it the best country in the world, and those are being attacked, and the people that want to defend it, being labeled angry white domestic terrorists. I mean, that's triggering.
Yeah,
it's horrible.
But there are some angry white people.
Oh, they have every right to be.
Well,
that are just angry for no reason, that are just out here being legit terrorists.
Well, statistically, though, there's a way more white people than there are any other demographic in the country. So it's like to say that why are you shaking your head like that's not a fact?
You guys are all checking your lineage. Are you sure?
It's way more.
Are
it's
you
like,
sure?
Yes.
Like 70%.
Are you sure? What about
it's
that 1/8,
70%.
1/16? Are you sure?
If you put 10 crazy people driving down the road,
Are you
7
sure?
of them are going to be white.
Are you positive?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, these are statistics.
Okay.
If 10 crazy people were riding down the road, 7 of them would be white. 2 of them would be what color?
Actually, 57.8. 2 of them, 18.7, would be Hispanic or Latino.
That's right. 2 of them would be Hispanic Latino, and 1 of them would be a crazy black person.
Yep.
Oh, crazy.
Yep.
Named Crazy Eyes.
They're all crazy.
I said they're all crazy.
He prefaced it.
All of them.
That's right. So that's why you have the majority of threats in America are whites, because the majority of people in America are white. That's why. Bam. Just like that.
Are you ready for the next
Dropping
question?
some heavy truths
Please.
up on the Ask Big Van show.
I knew when I asked this question where this was going.
Okay, let's do another question.
This question comes from Linnea Poole. She wants to know, what is one of the funniest childhood memories you've had?
Oh, goodness. Funniest childhood memories. I'm still a child, I guess.
All right, we'll pick one.
If you think about it, because in 40 years from now, I'll be looking back at this and feeling like that was my youth.
Let me tell you something. Back when I was a young boy, we go down the market. Let me tell you something. Back when I was young, we go down the market with 25 cents. You can't do this no more. You can't do this.
I know that's right.
That's what I'm talking about. I go down with 25 cents. I get me a loaf of bread, a gallon of milk, and a pound of bacon. 25 cents. And then I give me a soda pop. And
You can't do that no more.
And then I go down old lady house. I go down my old lady house and I say, I got me a soda pop, girl. You trying to split it? Me and the old lady listen to the radio, just drink soda pop, and play with the baseball cards. That was when I was young, boy.
He practices this.
That's good. You know he stands in front of the mirror.
He talks to himself in the car.
You know he sits in front of the mirror, brushes his teeth, and stops himself. He's like,
When I was a young boy.
That was more of a trucker. The trucker.
If it had 18 wheels, and if it were a king cab or if it had a diesel engine, I definitely drove it. Tell you what, hauled all the way across this country from the east to the west.
Ain't a bit of highway I ain't driven.
Sure enough.
It's the spit piece at the end. Dear Lord help us. What was the question? Where I forgot.
She had a better one about the life if your life had a theme song.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see that. Let me find it. Where? I don't have it.
Oh my God.
Okay, Kendall, we're going to let you do this one question for us. We're going to change the question. This is from Linnea Poole. Go ahead, ask away.
It says, if you could choose a theme song for yourself, what would it be?
Oh gosh.
Now, sometimes I sit in the car and think of theme songs for different people.
Okay, name it. Theme song for me.
oh,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
that's a good
Go ahead,
idea.
Mazzani. Theme song for me.
Yeah.
I have not thought of that.
I'm sitting at a
Give me a
bar on the inside.
I was totally just thinking about
waiting
that
for my
one.
ride
That's pretty
on the
good.
outside.
But you know that that song that talks about my mama's broken heart, the one that you used to play all the time, about the white dress and the stain. That's what I always.
It's by Maddie and Tay.
Yeah, I always think about that with you for some reason.
Oh,
that's the one I think about. And
what's the name of that song?
yeah, that's the theme song. But I give people theme songs all the time.
Is it Die from a Broken
so?
Heart?
Yep.
Okay.
That's so. You know, these microphones just draw that out of you. Like you want
Is
to
there a
talk.
song called Pain in the Ass? Because that would be banned.
You want to get down and talk like this.
And his theme song is the one from the Ford
just-
commercial.
It just pulls it out of you. Indeed.
Ford F-150 commercial theme song for y'all.
For me,
Yes.
built Ford tough.
#1 in its class, towing capacity. With an all-new EcoBoost engine. It's the #1 selling truck in America.
Point at the camera like you do.
Built Ford tough.
I'd rather drive a Ford than a Cadillac.
Tell you what.
I support Cadillac. If you want to, give me the camera.
I'd
If you
rather-
want to give me a car,
Just buy an American car.
Cadillac.
Simple as that.
My Ford F-150 is more comfortable than my wife's Cadillac.
Wait a minute.
I saw that look, Mazzani.
I was scared where that was going.
I gotta go.
I'm finna run on off. But what are your songs? Pick your songs, guys. Pick for yourself.
No, we're picking for you.
Oh, for me?
Yeah, we have to pick songs for somebody else, don't we?
Oh, that's fun. Go ahead.
Yeah. Let's pick one for what about Ryan? You guys want to pick one for Ryan back there? He's awfully quiet tonight.
Waterboy.
I don't know if he said anything.
Listen, I thought about yours in the car.
Oh my god.
That song by, I forget what his name, but it's called Waterboy. And it goes, water sucks. It really, really sucks. Have you never heard it? And in the background she goes, I'm a bad, you can't kill me. got this theme song. I can better find it for you, bro. You gotta
No,
hear it.
here's Ryan's song because he has diabetes.
Wow.
Sugar! Yes, please! Like always in the quest for sugar. I should, but I shouldn't. Oh.
Nerd. No, I'm just kidding. No, we're kidding.
Oh, man.
I'm
Bro,
kidding.
I'm about to send him the link.
I'm kidding, right?
Hey, you know we're not making funny, right? Yeah, okay. Because he started apologizing. I was like, wait, was that bad? Did we?
All right, Mazzani, what about Kenny? What you got
What
for
about
Kenny?
Kenny's?
Oh, it's a joint effort. We all got to come up with it together.
Oh yeah, we got to come up with Kenny's theme
I actually
song.
have thought about it, but I forgot what it was.
Kenny's would definitely be a Beastie Boys song. Like every time he walks into a room.
Oh yeah, the music drops.
Yeah.
Sabotage maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think hard. I'm not gonna say which song, but it's definitely a Kings of Leon song.
No, it wouldn't be.
So sorry.
It wouldn't be songs that he would listen to.
No. This is him. If you know, you know. But if you don't, you don't. But it's him.
How's it go? You gotta sing it.
Nope. Can't sing this one.
You've heard us horribly butchering songs.
Nope.
Because you have to
This
sing
one's
it.
inappropriate.
Oh.
So you find Kenny any inappropriate? Is that what you're saying?
Really? Kenny's
What do you say?
Talk like this for the rest of the show.
I think we might just talk
You
like this for
understand?
all the
Thank you.
shows.
Thank you. But that's the song.
Oh, snap.
We've decided we're talking like this forever
No.
I would literally watch a podcast
on all the shows.
talking like that.
All the show.
I don't think women could resist.
Oh man, I can't.
Especially when we ponder like so. Go ahead, Miss Honey, ask us a question so we can ponder.
Y'all do each other.
Does,
What's your songs?
I thought you was going to tell him to rub each other's beard.
Yeah.
Because I'm the furthest from the camera, and I got the best beard here.
Oh yeah, Kenny's theme song in life has got to be what's the ZZ Top song?
I have no idea.
The Beard song by ZZ Top.
I don't know the song. Not familiar.
I know those guys. I don't know that song.
Yeah, Kenny's a honorary member of ZZ Top. ZZ Top.
Is the show done yet? We got 5 minutes.
Okay, so do you guys want to do one, or you want to do a quick question real fast?
Oh wait, yeah, we have to give one from Mazzani. Who hasn't got a theme song for their life yet? Kendall.
Kendall, you, Andrew.
Well, who cares? They wanna have fun.
Yeah, that's Kendall's theme song.
Okay.
Girls just wanna have fun. They just wanna. Girls.
She actually does have like 2 theme songs, but they're like friend songs.
Can we talk about Joe Rogan?
We cannot talk about
Oh, okay.
I don't
Who
think
was
we
that?
we don't have time. for
Mazzani,
that.
don't ask that question.
Oh, never mind. I don't wanna-
Mazzani's theme song. What's Mazzani's theme song? The door's open. Here comes Mazzani. The lighting is set. What song do we hear?
Can't touch this.
Oh, that's a good one. Mm-hmm. You can't touch this. Down, 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 down.
What's that song? At
Huh?
I like it.
Oh.
I like it like that.
Kenny, I like that one.
I don't know if
know
you guys
you
know
do.
this about her, but she was in the flash mob at high school. And so that's all I envision whenever you guys are talking about doors opening, because literally her and Linnea both.
You flashing
they were
people
on
in
the-
high school?
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
Dad, not
Mazzani.
like
Only
that.
at football games.
You flashing
All right, I
people.
can't help you.
I'm just joking. But actually, though, my favorite verse, I love that song. That's a good decision for me. I would pick that. But whenever you said "Can't Touch This," I thought about Family Guy when he was like, just like the bad guy on Lethal Weapon 2. I got diplomatic immunity, so Hammer, you can't touch me.
I remember that.
That's my favorite part.
That was when Family Guy was so funny that
It
you
was.
just couldn't stop laughing
Yes.
when we were little kids.
It was. I shouldn't have been watching it, but it was hilarious.
Same.
Yes, I watched that in the Boondocks every day.
The Boondocks, like, is that the Boondock Saints movie?
No, but I do love that Espiritu Santis.
Yeah, people always get those two confused.
Yeah, they do, but I watch them both, so I don't get offended.
White people.
Yeah, because if you know the Boondocks, if you ask any black folk right now, if you're in the comments and you black, let them know.
Oh
the
gosh,
Boondocks.
she went there.
I'm for real.
Every time
Sorry.
I've ever asked any of my white friends, like, yo, you watch the Boondocks growing up? They're like, Boondock Saints? And I'm like,
I don't know if is Boondocks a TV show.
it's a TV
Yes,
show.
yes.
It's anime, but it's
Oh, you lost me at anime.
well, it's got black characters and black voices. It was really funny.
It's got black characters.
You really, honestly, you wouldn't
anime with black characters.
Yes,
Yeah.
you
So
wouldn't
it's like
like it.
Japanese anime.
No, well, it's that type of quality.
that type of animation.
And they're
Yeah.
like flying through the air, the
No,
lights and the
no.
swords.
They do have
Some samurai stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
they do. You just gotta watch it low key. You might like it.
down.
You might like it or you might not like it. I don't know. But fun fact, the main characters are two little boys, and they're voiced by one grown woman.
For real. Riley and Huey?
Yeah, by a woman. Both of them are, and you know her. She's from Friday, just like the granddad is from Friday. The lady,
Oh, yeah.
his sister, Ice Cube's sister in Friday, is the one who plays the voice of Huey and Riley, I believe.
Well, you know the dude who made Boondocks? It started out as a comic book strip. What's his name? Aaron McGruder? That dude
Wow,
is...
you know a lot.
Magruder.
No, that dude is based. Like, he's very intelligent.
Wait,
Is he?
wait.
Is he
We're
attractive?
saying base now.
Based is
That's
the
a-
new woke. For those of you at home who don't know,
Oh, based.
people who are actually awake, they're based.
They're based.
Yeah. If you're woke, then you're,
Your white people awake?
you know...
You're liberal awake.
you
So
know,
you still asleep
Exactly.
if you woke, but if you based,
I was going to say
You
something.
You're
ready?
like coke woke.
A lot
you
of
ready
these
for the
Being
oven.
marinated.
if you're woke, you're a joke.
If you're based, you're ready for the oven because you're what's cooking.
I'm glad
Bam!
nobody
I
heard
based that turkey.
That's what I'm talking about.
I based that ham.
Based.
It's been based.
Ooh.
Okay, so it is
Glistening.
8:59.
Okay,
we do
y'all.
have a quick question. That I
Quick
just wanna
question,
throw
and then
in
we're
there.
gonna wrap this up.
Yes. So this says, Van, have you watched The Righteous Gemstone
Oh, no.
yet? I watched
I
episode
saw.
1, season 1 last night. It was crazy. I'm a big Danny
Yeah, I like
McBride
Danny
fan.
McBride.
Who is that? Why?
Dollar bills, y'all. Dollar bills.
I told you never to say that.
Yo, it sounds like Mazzani needs to
That's
start.
y'all don't know Danny
participating.
McBride. Danny McBride's cool. He's funny. He's got a really funny cadence to him.
Name is familiar.
Oh yeah, you guys know him. He's a guy who's always got he's got black hair, his curly. He's
gonna
always got a
make
mullet.
You know him.
Kenny Powers?
Yeah,
Is that him?
isn't that Kenny Powers?
I don't know who that Danny McBride is, bro.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Am I gonna
I'm pretty
look
sure
him
it's
up?
Kenny Powers. Yeah. Yeah, he's the one that
Yeah,
does. He
you're
goes
right.
dollar
Yeah.
bills, y'all.
Danny McBride.
He's the one who was like,
Time to make some dollar
and
bills,
when
y'all.
he came around in that paraplegic with the stick, and he hit that man in his leg.
Dollar bills.
He was-
I did, Cameron. I did see the preview for that. I am looking forward to watching it. I haven't seen it yet. Oh, speaking of watching something, okay, let's say this real quick before we go. I watched Joe Rogan's interview with Bob Lazar recently. Okay, so if you're watching this, Bob Lazar is a guy who is a engineer,
How bizarre.
some kind of a
How bizarre.
crazy,
How
super
bizarre.
smart
I was
engineer.
saying that all dinner.
He was hired in the 90s to work on Area 51. At least this is all stuff he claims. That he was hired to work in Area 51 and on flying saucers. Okay, everybody's right. Alien craft, all stuff. So, Joe Rogan interviewed him. Very interesting interview. I watched the whole thing, several hours long. However, before you watch Joe Rogan's interview, I'm telling you, go and watch the movie on, I think it's on Netflix. It's called Bob Lazar, Area 51, and Flying Saucers. I believe that's the name of it, right?
Yes. I looked it up earlier.
Okay, so go watch that before you watch the Joe Rogan interview. Your homework this week is to watch the Netflix movie, the Bob Lazar, Area 51, and Flying Saucers. That goes for everybody in the studio. And watch the Joe Rogan podcast where he interviews Bob Lazar. And then next week on the Ask Big Van show, we will all discuss what we watched and see how we feel about this situation. Okay?
Bob Lazar, Area 51, and Flying Saucers.
Yes, that's the name of the movie. It's on Netflix, is it?
Well, YouTube is telling me I can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, so go watch that, and then next week we will discuss this. If you don't watch that over the next week, you will be wondering, as we discuss animatedly about Flying Saucers and Bob Lazar and Joe Rogan and that movie.
Or you can watch The Stone That the Builder Refused.
One more thing that I took away from that, you mentioned that you watched the Joe Rogan podcast, which, you know, CNN tells me that you're an angry white supremacist.
Yes, I saw. That's a whole nother conversation. We will talk, since we'll be talking about the Joe Rogan next week, we will delve into CNN's attack and also the communist, otherwise known as Neil Simon's attack. Is it Neil Simon? Who was it that said it, him or Joe Rogan?
Oh, the Neil, the rock star.
No, it's not Neil Simon. Is it Neil Simon?
No,
it's a.
Who cares? He got kicked out. Well, he's like, pick me.
Anyways, so we'll talk about all that next week.
Okay.
Thank you very much for watching this episode of the Ask Big Van Show. We're wrapping it up, right, Mazzani? Is that it? Yeah, we're wrapping up. Thanks for watching this episode of the Ask Big Van Show. We seriously are thankful that you watch. So grateful to have you guys as viewers and commenters in the comments below and just sharing the show. We're just awesome to have you guys be a part of this show every week. We'll definitely plan on doing it next week. Tuesday night, 7:30. We're going to move the start time to 7:30 p.m. Right? Isn't that right, Ryan? Yeah.
Yes.
So definitely tune in next week. Plan your schedule around it. Watch the Bob Lazar specials. Get excited about it. If you're one of my children or grandchildren, generations after me, I just say I love you. Thankful for you. I pray that you will develop a strong and ever-growing and ever-deepening relationship with Jesus. And I pray the same for myself and for everybody in our current family. And if you're watching this in 40 years from now, this is what I look like when I was 47. It is February 2022 right now. This is how I look. Still got all my hair. Looking good. So anyway, love you guys. Thanks everybody else for watching this show. Look forward to seeing you guys next week on the next live Ask Big Van show. God bless. Have a good week.
Hey everybody, this is Big Van, and if you'd like to watch our show live, then you must subscribe and follow so that it alerts you when we're on the air. Be sure to check out the links below for some live show times and some very cool products so you can have your own conversation starters. We can't wait to see you and your questions and comments on the next live Ask Big Van show.